What's up, team? You guys, take number 100. All right, look at this chart. Let's just dive right into this. Yeah, this is Music Theory Monday, number 17, but it's just going to be lessons moving forward. Now, what do you notice on this chart besides the fact it's brand new and I just made it, okay? So let me know what you think of these. What I want you to notice is I need you to connect this dot at the end of this lesson. Get the chart. I need you to burn this in your brain. This is the 1 chord, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Aeolian or natural minor is the 6th mode. So you know all the fancy names? Everyone gets confused by modes because it's just these fancy names and it throws your brain into this tailspin, but it's just a different starting point. So let's just do this. Let's go to the 1 and then the 6. And that's super important because G is the relative major to E minor, or if we wanted to reverse that, we could say that E minor is the relative minor to G major, okay? So now look at the chart. You see the notes, right? What do you notice about the notes? Super important. They're all the same. It's just a different starting point, right? So if I play this G, and I wrote it out from low E to high E because I really want you to kind of get that run. And there's all kinds of ways up the neck. And then you've got the E, natural minor. I went ahead and had that finish on G, okay? Now, you see how there's like a black hole in the middle of this chart? I didn't fill in anything in there. That's kind of your job or your homework. However, I made a really good video yesterday. It's doing really well. And I was the first day I did this new style of chart you're looking at. And I did 4 G major scales, kind of linking them all the way up the neck. Okay, you're gonna have all your light bulb moments or aha moments. And that's all really guitar is, it's cumulative. It just takes years. There's no way around that. So just put in the work and just take it one bit at a time. So like if you're a total beginner, one thing you should probably focus on is you noticed I put G's and E's in red, okay? And that's just for you to really focus on where the 1s and the 6s are in these scales. But this means nothing if we don't make music with it, okay? So let's try this. Play like a G, okay? Just do like a G bar chord, you can do a G open chord, and then see if you can create some kind of little riff or musical piece out of this G major scale. Now, it could be super simple. You could do something like just playing the 1, 3, 5, which will bring me to the chart again. I want you to pay close attention. This is kind of your homework. The G triad and the E minor triad, okay? That's the 1, 3, 5, or the 1 flat 3, 5 in the minor. So that's G, B, and D, G, B, D, okay? Or E, G, B out of the minor, okay? So just be keenly aware. You need to find those triads. You guys know that have been on this channel, I have triad videos everywhere. But if you're new, watch some of those videos, and triads are like the backbone of everything. That's just a 3-note chord, okay? Now, let's do this. Now, I didn't have to get fancy there. I just pulled a little lick, a little run right out of that scale you have on this chart. Watch this again. To be anything fancy. If you want to get even simpler, maybe try using octaves. Maybe do some octave runs out of the scale. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Again, everything in music is cumulative. You can't bite off more than you can chew. I mean, you can, but it's actually much more effective to slow down and put things together. And keeping your rhythm intact, your internal rhythm, your internal meter. We're not playing to a metronome here. That's the most important. So what if we do this? Let's play that G. And what if we tried to move up and do a little run out of this E natural minor scale with a fancy schmancy name, E Aeolian. So let's see if we can keep the train going without derailing the rhythm. Rhythm is key, okay? So watch this. Get that little beatbox going. Trust me, it helps, okay? So okay. Now let me cheat a little bit for you here. Let me show you something really quick. Remember how I told you you need to find the triads? Okay. Once you learn triads, you always know where they are at every key. This is a great one. Look right inside the scale. Watch this. Right there, we've got G, B, D. See, G, B, D, G, B, D. There's a triad right there. Okay? It's a major triad. You could use that one. And then let's slide all the way up here on the same string set on the D, G, B strings. I'm referring to the open strings, but I'm playing E, and then I'm barring on the 12th fret G, B on the G and B strings. So that's an E minor triad. You go like this. Put together, maybe you do a little lick. This is just an idea. You do with it what you want. But what if we do a little 2-chord riff, vamp, on E, G, G to E minor, and then we play some little licks out of the scales, like this. Watch this. Okay, so one thing that I just thought of that's really important about that is that's how you can actually start learning to solo over chord changes too. Forget the scales for a minute and see if you can just target the triads, right? So like if someone was playing like a G to an E minor, excuse me, that's an A minor, shake! All right, what if we did this? So they're going, see, just like a little kind of solo lead run. And again, all you're doing is cataloging these ideas inside of your head. That's why I want you to grab this chart, and I want you to first, I need you to learn the pattern, okay? And then I want you to know where the notes are, and then see if you can find some of the triads. And then sometimes you're gonna start, if you don't know what intervals are yet, it's just the distance between two notes. And I'll point that out in the video I did yesterday. So if you watch that linked at the end, there is, I point out how G to B is a major third. You can find those kind of like little licks. So everything is just, when you hear someone just moving around the fretboard effortlessly and it's just flowing and you're just kind of like totally confused, these are the little kind of things that are happening. It starts as simple as just learning how these scales are connected, right? Now I know I purposely made them kind of far apart because I got the G here on the low E on the 3rd fret, and then I got the E all the way up on the 12th fret. And you can play E natural minor starting from different points. I mean, here's another thing too. You can start on the E right here and run the scale, and you're actually playing E natural minor if you just run the rest of the scale. Watch. See, little things like that. And those are the little aha moments that I want you to have. Now let me just kind of show you, if you don't have a looper pedal, grab your phone and just play a G chord to an E minor chord. In this case, I do the bar, and then we'll wrap this up to the E minor like this, okay? So like E, G to E minor. And I do have it rooted on the low A. So I'm just playing a G5 chord, which is what? G, D, G, okay? And an E minor, that A minor shape, E minor bar chord. So here's the looper, listen. That's the G to the E minor. And now let's not noodle, but let's target things in these scales. Jazz, shake. Full of shanks there, but hey, that's music. That's what practice looks like, okay? So what you need to do is grab this chart. I want you to play one chord. If you're a total beginner, just strum a G, okay? Maybe hit a 3-note run somewhere out of the scale, okay? You could start on the root. Just try that. So go G and go G, B, D, and go G, G, B, C, B, okay? Maybe be up here at E minor here. All right, now, really quick, one last thing. This is just kind of a bonus, all right? I've done this in other videos. I want you to pay really close attention to the chart. Specifically, okay, this is like a little bonus G major scale position. If you go all the way up here and you see on the chart, see that G right there that starts on the G string on the 12th fret and go G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. There's another spot you could start the G major scale from. It's hiding right inside of the natural minor scale. See how they're all connected? Because again, they're all the same notes. Okay, let me know what you think of this chart. Drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. Definitely tell us where you're watching from. And let's just keep this train rolling. Music is not easy. It's hard. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the work. That's what I'm here to do, is help you as much as I can. And I can't wait to see where we take this. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. You guys know what to do. You know the drill. And I'll see you in the next video. Let's keep it going. Peace.